Hey, it's Justin Popovic here from toolsformotivation.com, and in this video, we actually have a recommendation for you from one of our longtime partners, J.R. Lang, who produces some really fantastic quality self-improvement, motivational, self-help, private label rights content. It goes really well with a lot of the stuff we release at Tools for Motivation. And so we often recommend her latest products as they come out, especially when they first drop, you get a really good intro price on them. And even when that deal ends, the prices are still pretty reasonable, but I like to share them out early so you can get the best deal possible. And in this video, I want to show you the latest one here, 350 Power Habits that help you thrive in 2023 and beyond. So brand new content. It's actually written in from the perspective of somebody entering their new year. So it's something you could download right away and kind of share it out with your audience saying, hey, what's your plan for 2023? What do you have going on? What do you want to do this year? What do you want to achieve? And it's really good engagement content that you could start working with right now. I'd suggest if you're going to grab a copy of this, to start, publishing this in the month of January, so you can get the people in your audience off to a sort of a more motivated or higher frequency start to their year. So I'm going to walk through a quick rundown of the sales page here, and then I actually have one of the pieces of content that JR sent me that I'll actually show you a behind the scenes look at. So with this particular package, again, it's focusing on habits, and it's also focusing on going into your new year, try to make it, basically make it your best year ever, right? Pretty good, inspiring message that we could all hear, could use to hear anyways, when you kick your year off and you want to get off on the right foot. So it kind of starts with these 35 articles. I'm going to focus in on that here. So there's 35 articles in total as sort of the main focus of this package. There's a lot of other features as well, but this is what I wanted to draw your attention to. 1,000 word articles. That's a pretty long article. To give you some comparison, the articles that we include at Tools for Motivation in our packages are typically in the 400 to 500 word range. So these are twice as long as the average article we publish, and you're getting 35 of them. So just this one feature alone is well worth the cost of entry for this package. And then you can see, I'm going to give you a link, but you can actually see the different topics and the habits that she's kind of focusing on in this package. So it's trying to get people to not only change their mindset, but change their behaviors through habits. So I'll just point out a couple here that stood out to me. 10 power habits for better sleep. That's something for me personally I've been working on as an entrepreneur, something I didn't do all that well in previous years, and it kind of caught up to me recently. So better sleep's a big one for me, and I think a lot of people could benefit to hear from that. Again, I'm not going to walk through them all, but what I got excited about when I saw some of them here, for example, 10 power habits for maintaining healthy human connections. That's something that can often be overlooked by people. Optimal mental health. 10 power habits for physical fitness. Promoting inner peace and serenity in a stressful world. Another really powerful one. And I really like this one here as well. 10 power habits to develop mental toughness. Again, those were just some that stood out to me. I'm going to let you kind of go to this page and look through all of them. But that's the key piece. And then if you kind of go down the page, you'll see what JR has also done is taken those 35 articles, kind of repurposed them up, done all the formatting for you into a 104-page report. Okay, so this is a 36,000 word book, basically, something you could literally quite literally take as a physical printout and create a printed book, or you could do it as an ebook as well, and that's a pretty long book. Again, to compare it to what we release at Tools for Motivation, the average length of one of our ebooks is between 6,000 and 8,000 words. So this one's 36,000. So it's quite extensive, and you'll see why in just a second. I'm going to give you a demo of that report that JR sent to me so I could have a look through it, and I really liked it. Okay, so in addition to the actual report itself, you're getting kind of these e-cover graphics that go with it. Those are all editable. She's giving you some lead generation or squeeze pages if you want to build your list by giving this report away. There's also some other reports that go with it as well. So a shorter report on making habits stick. It also has its own graphics and lead generation pages. There's a newsletter series, so 7 pre-written emails. That'll come in really handy if you want to do any email marketing to, let's say you already have an email list and you want to let them know about this book that you're releasing. This 7-part series would come in really handy. Or if you already gave that book away to build your list as a lead magnet, this could serve as follow-up, and then you could promote some of your own stuff in those emails as well. Then there's a bunch of editable graphics. I'm not going to go through the low-level details of the rest of this page here because there's a lot to go through. I really wanted to focus on, I'm just kind of scrolling while I talk here, I wanted to focus on the text content. To me, that is super inspiring and something, again, you could download it today, share it out with your list tomorrow, right? It's something that they could all benefit from reading, and it won't really take you all that much time to kind of rebrand it and make it come from you and your company. Okay, so again, you're seeing there's video content here. There were some sales graphics. You'll actually see some bonus content here as well. Let me flip over and actually show you the PDF. So this is the 350 habits. Let me zoom out a little bit here. 350 power habits, all put into one ebook. Again, so to me, if you're going to look at this package and purchase it, this one piece of content here, this one PDF is worth the cost of entry, again, because of the extensive content contained within. Keeping in mind that as you read through this, not only can you publish this as your own ebook or even a physical book, you could also take snippets out of the book and blog with it, or share it on social media, or even narrate it in your own voice to have little sound bites that you put up on a website like SoundCloud, or even use it as little like YouTube short or TikTok type of content. And because it's all focused on blocks of habits, you could easily do this as a multi-part video series as well. So it's very modular, and that means you could easily repurpose this ebook in many different ways. So let me just kind of show you the table of contents here. Again, I'm not going to go through I'm not going to read these one by one. You could do this on the sales page yourself. But I like the fact that it's 10 habits for this, 10 habits for that, right? So if you want to focus on professional life, there, you could pop down to that chapter and actually do that as your focus for the day. Send that out as a piece of content, or again, just draw your reader's attention to that chapter. I'll read a few more here that stand out to me. How to be more self-supportive. How to feel more satisfied or more fulfilled and satisfied with your life. That's something that often gets overlooked by people. Improving your attitude, improving your quality of your life, staying motivated, right? Once you get started, it's super motivating at the beginning of a project, but what about in the middle or towards the end when it gets really hard and you're tired, right? That's a good conversation to have with people. So developing habits around all these empowering messages is great. So let's just quickly scroll down here. I'm just going to kind of grab my sidebar here and scroll down to somewhere around the middle of the book, and we'll just read one of these here together. So here is 10 power habits that can change you for the better. And I'll just read a couple of the habits, and then we'll go into one of them in more detail. So diversify your regular diet to include more colorful and nutritionally dense foods. Start carrying around a reusable water bottle. Find ways to squeeze more movement and exercise into your day. I love this one, so let's read it. If the idea of going to the gym sounds miserable to you, don't do it. Instead, get into the habit of finding ways to naturally squeeze more movement and exercise into your day. For example, you can park at the very back of your workplace's parking lot. This will increase the number of steps you must take to get to and from the building. Or from your car during the day. You can take the stairs instead of the elevator, which is another easy way to increase your exercise. There are many ways to insert more exercise into your already existing day, and getting yourself into the habit of identifying, then executing these ways is a powerful way to feel better. Love that tip, right? You don't have to get a gym membership or carve out a whole hour to go through some yoga routine or whatever. It could just be quick decisions, quick little habits that you change throughout your day to just be a little bit more active. Taking the stairs instead of the elevator comes to mind as well, right? Old habits that I'm sure we've all talked about, but great reminders for your list. And again, if you're reading all of these in an ebook, somebody on your list might get quite inspired hearing this from you, and maybe they'll take action on some of the other offers that you want to present them. So it could be a great lead up to something you're selling, or it could just be a piece of content that you sell directly in your website, or it could be part of a larger course. So keep all of that in mind. Again, I'm not going to read any more of these. I'm just going to scroll, kind of look at a couple more of these. Habits to promote inner peace and serenity. So things like taking daily walks, listening to calming music, spending time alone, having a gratitude mindset. You get the idea. All of these are great tips that can inspire your audience, allow you to open up a conversation with them to go deeper if you so choose to do that. You could even create little workbooks or exercise sheets out of all of these pieces of content and make it more engaging that way as well. So hopefully that gives you a feel for what JR has developed here. I'll flip back over to the actual sales page. Take a look at it during the promotional window here, if you can. There's a great deal on it that will be substantially less, like I said, than her final price once the initial launch ends. So you'll be saving somewhere in the range of, I believe, 60%. Don't quote me on that, but it's quite a bit off of the regular price if you order during this window. And again, if you have any questions about anything that we publish here at Tools to Motivation, whether it's our own products or something that we're recommending, like JR's product here today, please feel free to reach out at toolstomotivation.com. We have a contact page there. We have a help desk, a phone line, a text line, and we're always happy to chat. If you find anything that you want to discuss or run by us, we'd love to be able to chat with you and make some recommendations there. Thanks for watching, and hope you liked this one from JR Lang, and we'll talk to you on the next one.